Good morning, and what a morning it is. Wow. Why is it? I thought I'd combed my hair. It looks even worse. I woke up about an hour ago. Um, and the bread maker, we've got this bread maker we barely use. It didn't make any bread, so I looked inside and it's still in like dough form. And the timer is attached to the clock, which is an hour and a half wrong. So I have to wait another 45 minutes for the bread to make. Ruining my morning. But this is interesting because we're doing Jason, hey, good morning. We're doing a morning live stream and an evening live stream yesterday. So I'm kind of doing it back to back to see if we can hit more people who always miss the question and answer. So this month we just did it like 8 hours on the weekend apart from one another. More like 9, maybe 10. Should be good enough. Well, if you're joining us, that means that you are available for the live stream as well, and I appreciate it. So yesterday, 10 hours ago, the information has not changed, other than I didn't get a lot of sleep, which is usual. Not because the bread maker, just because there's so much stuff to finish before the end of the month. The end of the month for me is very, very busy usually. We have to do accounting. And then we have to do, and I have to do invoicing, and then I have to do, just make sure all the videos are finished. And there's a video coming out tomorrow, which is on Awaji Island on the 30th. This is exciting. Kanai and I made an episode together. She doesn't speak a lot, but it's a good episode nonetheless. So it should be fun to see her on the main channel. I don't think Kanai's ever been on the main channel except for twice. Secretly in the naked bath time, Japan's public bathing exposed bath time in Japan or something. And then the other one that she was in, there was one scene where you could just see her, I think. She's always been secret. Now she's in the front. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. All right, so some news. Here we go. I kind of went over this like 10 hours ago. I'm learning that if you've watched that, you probably know a lot of this stuff anyways. Let's see here, news. Oh, so the animated opening for Only in Japan is pretty much finished, and I think I promised that I would show you that. So I'm gonna see if I can do that by going into this place. Let's see here. That should be logged in. Dagnabbit, because the file is on this phone. So I never know how to do it. Let's just do it. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. We're good. All right. So I want to show you what they've done already. The people, our friends at. Wait, can I go full screen? This is just an idea. They're getting closer. You see it? And then there's a lot of Japan stuff around, and then there's the logo. So it's pretty quick. There's Shinkansen. Japan's gonna go by. It comes right in front of me. There's my head. There's like stuff from Japan, and then it's me, only in Japan. There you go. It'll be like 10 seconds. It has to be really quick. It has to move pretty fast. I think they're gonna do a good job of it. It's taken a lot longer than I thought. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use it on the main channel yet. We haven't talked about it whether it's 4K. All I know is the opening has got to change, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with all of this yet. So we'll see. I think it'll be done in October, and I know that they're doing their best to do it because they have a lot of other work. Yeah, there's the opening. The next item on the list is, well, I'm glad you made it on a Q&A. Hey, Tasty's here. Megan, John definitely needs coffee. I need my bread maker. There's nothing like waking up to the smell of bread, and I woke up and there's no smell. Just the smell of kanai next to me. It's not a bad smell, mostly. I'm just kidding. But wait, the bread maker, though, is like a heavenly smell. If you ever wake up to it, you put on timer, you wake up and it's like a bakery in here, you know? That's a great smell. It's a great feeling too. I hope you still have PVG's voice. Yeah, you know what? I have the narration voice from morning, and when you have a cold is incredible, but more so in the morning. Hi, I'm PVG. No, I can't do it. I can't pull it off. I can't pull it off. All right. So the Eat and Stay channel is something that I have 5 episodes that's been filmed, and all I need to do is make the opening and the logo. So that's pretty good news. It should be released in October now. It's moved back a little bit. I just have to make sure when you release it, you have the perfect logo and you have everything set up. It's different than the live streaming channel because it's edited content, and I like to have it like the highest possible quality. But Kanai and I, this is something that Kanai and I both can do together when we go off on traveling trips. A channel that we can do. Maybe she can learn to edit with. A little bit simpler than the main channel, but it's still gonna be packed with information. Not with me in a selfie stick going, "Hey, look at me," but more like, "Hey, look at this." It's different, right? So we're just there to have some fun together and be your guide in information. And Kanai being Japanese means that she probably knows more than me. It's good on some things, because I've traveled a lot more than her in her own country, which is usual. Usually, the non-citizens will see more of the country than the citizens, because I have not seen enough of the United States, that's for sure. What else is new? Okay, so the Postcard Club will be getting the beautiful... We'll be getting the beautiful Mount Daisen, which is in its beautiful autumn glory. And next month, I believe we'll have a train postcard. Will be beautiful postcard. The Discovery Channel. Oh, so I'll be on the Discovery Channel. Oh, I didn't say that yet. So they called me about 2 months ago and asked if I would be on the 7 Stars train, this high luxury train, the most luxurious train in the world, down in Kyushu for 4 days and 3 nights while they filmed their show, and would I like to come? And guess what? They're not going to pay me anything for being on the show, but they are going to let me ride for free. That's a big deal. So I thought about it. After about a millisecond, I said yes. I jumped on that. I needed the millisecond to just hear what they said, of course. And then they said, well, can your wife go too? Kanai? Okay, so now Kanai's going to go too. And then they asked me, do you know anybody else who would want to go? And I said, what good friend of mine deserves to go, who's been with me from the start and always supported me? PVG. So PVG is going too. PVG will meet me down there, and about halfway through the trip, PVG's wife is going to join us too on the thing. That's what he said. He told me yesterday, he goes, I didn't want it to be a surprise, but my wife is coming. I said, well, that's good. So I'm surprised if she didn't go, because why would you not? Who are you going to share this with? Like, this is your personal vacation? I don't think so. Either you're going to bring your son or you're going to bring your wife. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think he doesn't take his wife or shows they don't go somewhere together. Maybe because they need their space too. I don't know. But I thought that was really good. So he's going to bring his wife halfway through the trip. And I'm sure there'll be a photo of us on the trip. There's a dress code. We have to dress up all the time like it's a 19th century train. We have to do that. So it's going to be a pretty interesting experience. And I'm looking forward to it. Here is your postcard. I love this design. This took me a little while to make. Let me see here. This is an autumn design from Japan. What makes it Japan is that this is Mount Daisen, the Mount Fuji of the West. This is the old style of rice harvesting. They put it on a pole and then dry it in the sun. And then down here is a special panel on the postcard of a close-up of each of the rice, so you know what it looks like, what this looks like. So I like the dimensions of it. I separated it from night and day in last month's postcard. Next month's postcard will have it, but just be underneath the text will be some close-up of rice grains, so you get an idea of what is here. And I like that. This is what the fields kind of look like. Not all of them have been harvested. That beautiful yellow color, I love it. I love it a lot. And if you've been on if you've been on the Instagram, you would have noticed that I was in Kanai and I went to Fukui and we were filming the farm fields with rice, and got a chance to go in it because her friend Coco is living there and trying to promote this area and wanted to show us. And I said, yeah, we'll go. I'll do a live stream. And your Coco, you're Kanai's friend, so I support you. That's what I did, because that's what a good husband would do. If your wife asks, you do it. You just go. Most of the time. Yeah, you just go. So there's the postcard. And the daimyo package, I think I shared a little bit before this, but yesterday. So this is going to be in there. And I discovered this the other day because I went into Don Quixote and I asked the manager, I said, what's the #1 selling item for foreign tourists? And it's this. It's called kororo. And kororo tastes exactly like grapes. It's freaking amazing. All right? So you're getting a pack of this because I love you. And then, and then there's this. This is unagi flavored potato chips, and it's also pretty awesome. There's no unagi in it. I think it just has the sauce and the essence or something. But unagi is very expensive, and when Kanai and I ate it, it was like, yeah, that tastes like unagi. Strange. And then there's going to be a unboxing by Tasty and Jason and Madison, I believe, today. And this thing, I'm very curious to know how you like this, because I kind of just assume that Westerners might not like it. That's mochi, and it's in the local soy sauce of Niigata Prefecture. And this is, Kanai and I have been just popping these things, and they're so good. Yep, in 12 hours. So Tasty has a 12-hour heads up on her live stream for Daimyo on the Daimyo channel. It's on the Discord. It's a lot of fun. I like to see how people think, because I've been trying to pick stuff that I know that everyone will like, mostly. All right? The problem is, though, that that's not really authentic. Sometimes you have to go on the fringe and say, people might not like this, but this is what you would get in Japan, but it's not bad. So it's on the fringe. It's not like disgusting, like natto, which destroys people. They like hate it or they love it, and I love it but I first hated it, so I grew to love natto. And umeboshi, I didn't like it, and I've grown to like it a little bit more. I don't like the sour ones. I like the sweet sour ones. It's hard because the grandmother who gives it to you, you really don't have any choice. They just give it to you. Then you have to eat it. They give it to you because you don't want to waste it, and then they get angry. They won't say that they're angry. They'll just stare at you until you eat it. My husband eats natto every day. See? There you go, Megan. Boom. Smart man. It's very healthy. Keep you in good shape. This is like no muscles popping out. It's another thing. Gotta get to the gym. So there's that. What other business do we have? The new episode coming out on Monday is Awaji Island. After that, I have a rental car episode where I talk about renting a car versus the Japan Rail Pass. Should you get a JR Rail Pass? Yeah, just depends. I think there's some pluses and minuses, but if you have a license and you like driving, you should not be afraid of driving in Japan. Driving in Japan is pretty easy, and there's a few rules that you need to know. I think that are pretty useful, as well as how to rent the car and where to rent the car. I always rented from Toyota Rent-A-Car. And I'm not just pitching them because they said maybe they would sponsor the show, which would be a big deal, because if I can get a free rental car, then that would pay for a lot of, that would make it just easier. So I probably would not hesitate to stay an extra day, you know what I mean? Which is good for Kanai and I, and also good for the show, because then I'll find more stuff. And I'm turning more to driving to go to location shoots, because I can find more things out in the countryside and you need a car. and it makes it easy for me to carry my luggage and equipment around in the car than just dragging it. You have no idea how heavy my bags are because I just take too much stuff because I want to be ready for everything. And yeah, so that's that. To the rental car, there's an episode that I made about Mr. Seiichi, who passed away almost a year ago, and that's going to be coming out soon too. The things that I learned from Mr. Seiichi, and I think that that's a good one. I filmed an episode on the Earthquake Center in Tokyo, which I think is a very important one, and then I also am filming one on there's a city inside of Minecraft made all by Japanese people that's like Osaka, Tokyo, Fukuoka, all the big cities in one. They've taken all the attractions and made this incredible city, and they're gonna show me on the 2nd. Yeah, October 2nd. So in 2 days, they're gonna come over to my house and show me. And I'm gonna record their city, like fly through it, and then I'm gonna see if PBG will narrate a little commercial for them. I don't know. He might charge me because he's off YouTube. We'll see. We'll see. He's a nice guy. We'll see. There's that, and then there's gosh, what other there's episodes? There's a bunch of other episodes that I have in the queue for editing. Yeah. Oh, there's one on gyudon that I'll probably come out with as well. I like gyudon. That should be pretty nice episode too. And if there's a female sushi chef that I interviewed. Yeah. So that should be really interesting. So there's that. I will take your questions and then I will turn to Discord. So that's my 15-minute opening, 16 minutes. I never do anything easy. I'll stretch out. Like I said, I could say yes, no answer in 10 minutes. Yesterday it was 5 minutes. Am I exaggerating? Probably. But I might be able to do that. Sponsors are a good thing, Tasty, but sometimes they're not a good thing because I don't want... The sponsor has to complement the video. I'm not gonna... That's why I don't have these like blah, 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 blah. Oh, and by the way, Squarespace, a website that is sponsored by us, sponsored by the website. And that just breaks the flow, and I understand that more creators are doing it because like Paolo can make like $5,000 or something a month per episode. Some of the creators are getting like $5,000, between $2,000 and $5,000 to say Squarespace, and they're making money. What's the other one? Squarespace and something else, something Square. Yeah, they pay between $2,000 and $5,000, and the lure to add one of those Squarespace in there is high, but I just can't do it anymore. I mean, I could never do it because I don't think it just, to me, it's a story, and I'm stupid. I probably should, but I have enough money. I think we're doing good enough with the Go channel and this channel and the main channel and other jobs, because I also have run the company, and I do make videos for other clients every now and then. Like I went to China to film a commercial for them, so I do other jobs. So we got that. NordVPN, Squarespace, Dashlane. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I had the Space Square or something. There's another one that was very similar to Squarespace. You have to pick the right sponsor, and I think for me, if it's not a natural sponsor, I probably will not use them. But I think Toyota Rent-A-Car would be pretty good because I like the Toyota cars, and they're really, really friendly. I like that. And the cars I've always had a good experience with them. I filmed an episode with them in Kochi, and after this driving episode, I'm going to ask them again, could you just give me the cars for free? Or they should pay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But John is a man of integrity. I'm a man who has to go to sleep at night, and I want to feel good about my sleeping. And if there's something with the episode, like 3 seconds of a messed up narration in the fireworks episode, that messed me up. If there's something like that, then I cannot. That's hard for me. So I want it to be perfect. I want it to feel like a good experience. I want to feel like I'm giving you a good experience. I don't want to talk too much about that, but it's just part of it. You don't seem to sleep much, though. Yeah, Nosh, you know, because I was fighting. I wasn't really fighting, but somebody had uploaded the other day, which was now like 36 hours ago, a social media video of my video that I posted, and it's going like super viral. Like one of them had almost 1 million views on Twitter, and another one on Instagram is doing quite well. And you can't really police the internet, but the viewers can a little bit too, and the copyright claims don't really work. On Facebook, it takes like a week before they will police it, and by that time, I remember Brightside had gotten like 28 million views on a video. So you really can't police it that well. All you can do is, enjoy the ride and do what you can. But if you also look like not a nice person when you police stuff yourself too, and say, please take it down, sir. It doesn't look good either, and I realize that too. So it's kind of a tough situation, but it's not right when somebody just takes your stuff. But it's the internet, and people are gonna do it, and that's the risk I make, being a creator that makes good stuff. Sounds good. See, just pat yourself on the back right here. I feel good. When you make stuff that is like this, informational and could go viral, that's not, hey guys, I'm in Shibuya, that means people are gonna want to take your stuff and they're gonna run with it, and they're not gonna ask permission. Always, sometimes, very rarely. That's okay, because there's not much that you can do about it. All you can do is hope that your video goes viral too, and it did not. Right now, you can see the line. So I probably will make about $300 off that video, maybe $300 to $400 off that video, and that does not cover the Shinkansen to go there and back, and the hotel twice. So it's gonna take a while to recuperate, but it was an amazing story and worth the cost. From our Patreon dollars, our war chest on Patreon. I use that a lot. I will now go to the questions. There are a lot of other things that I'm forgetting, I'm sure. I had made a list. I did not check it twice. So Kanai and I will be in Fukuoka on the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and then we fly back on the 11th. At night after we get off of the train. On the 7th, we will have live streams in Fukuoka. Probably ramen, definitely ramen. And we will also have, we'll make a food and eat and stay episode also in Fukuoka. So there's that. So that's good. Other trips, Kanai and I are planning on taking a Christmas trip because we want to take a real vacation and not film that much. I say not that much because the show must go on a little bit. Might do 1 or 2 live streams, but not like every day. Just December is a hard time to take a vacation because that's a good time for ad revenue. Simon and Martina said always take your vacation in January, but Kanai is very busy. So we are thinking of going to Europe for Christmas because we love Germany so much. We might go to the Czech Republic or to Poland or to somewhere else, and not visit our family because we visited them in the winter in the United States, but go back next Christmas to the United States, and this Christmas do something different. Christmas in Japan is not a happy time, I think. It's really depressing time in Japan because it doesn't have the feeling. Scotland would be fun. It's cold, windy, short days. I'm not selling it to myself. There's something about Christmas markets though in Germany, I don't know why. It's warm, wine, hot, chestnuts, candy stuff. It's really amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Munich again. I think Nuremberg has a really amazing market, Nuremberg's market. So I think we're gonna fly into Vienna because the flights are really cheap right now. I think it's like $1,000 round trip, which is actually really cheap for Europe at this time of year. And then we'll stay in Vienna, then go to Prague, then go to Nuremberg, then back to Vienna, via Munich maybe, or another city, Salzburg, I'm not sure. and then do some meetups, I guess, in that area. But Kanai's favorite place when our backpacking trip like 5 years ago was because we went on this budget backpacking trip. She loved Prague. I was mixed because it was a lot more touristy than 23 years ago. The first time I was there in 1996, it was really touristy. But she likes it, and that's pretty cool. I want to show her Krakow. That's one of my favorite cities in Europe. Krakow is in Poland. I love Krakow. I don't know. It's not as touristy as Prague. It never was, and that's good. And just the architecture is really nice. I love the architecture. Krakow. If you have never been to Krakow, you have to go to Krakow. Krakow's awesome. Yeah. So we're thinking about doing that for Christmas, which means there's just no New York meetup at Christmas time because we're not going to New York this year. We're taking a break from New York because we love New York, but we do have to go to California and the West Coast of the U.S. So we're going to do that in 2020, I believe. 2020, yeah. And then we get that In-N-Out burger. Everyone says it's so great. I said, prove it. You know what I mean? Prove it. Questions. Let's get into it. No real questions. I answered a lot of the questions, I think. Life's a Mitch. Hey John, how's Izakaya Toyo Osaka for tourists? It's pretty good. I think you can go in there, wait in the line, and if you've watched the video I made, you know pretty much the menu. All right. You can also just go and point and tell what you want. He does run out of the grilled maguro, but I think it's the flame-thrown maguro. But I think it's a really cool experience. Just don't be intimidated by anything ever in Japan. I know that it's at first Japanese, like 90% of the businesses, and there's going to be 10% that doesn't want any foreigners because it's just complicated, right? That's just inevitable. But 90% of the businesses are really trying to work hard to get foreign tourists to come in. They have English menus, they have digital menus on iPads, things like this, plastic models in the front. The staff are there, they're happy whoever you are. I'd say more than 90% of the restaurants. And then there's 10% just they're like broken, all right? People are people. There's not good people everywhere. It just happens. But do not be intimidated to not go to McDonald's. And do not go to McDonald's. Before you get off the flight, make a pact. I will not go into McDonald's, and I will not eat a convenience store food. Okay, I will not go to McDonald's, and I will not eat convenience store foods more than once. That's it. Don't listen to Tabi Eats. They eat in convenience store foods all the time. I told them, I'm disappointed. Stop eating convenience store foods and making people think that this is such like a paradise. The convenience store foods are loaded with chemicals. If you read the label, because you can't read the label, it's all like chemicals. All right? It's awful. There's a reason why that it has a good shelf life. All right? Tastes good. Japan is the king of tasting good foods with chemicals. It's chemicals in everything. All right? The onigiri is awful at the convenience stores. Yeah, I know you think that the onigiri is good. Convenience store onigiris, I can always taste something that is not natural in them. And it always stays with me a little bit longer. I'm telling you, chemicals are not bad. Water is, chemicals are not good either. I don't know. Chemicals. Just, you have to read the label. I don't know. Just, it's not, Japan has an image of being really natural. It is really both ways. Like the processed food is just as bad as anywhere else, if not worse, actually. So, but there's my take on it. Just, I think you should eat some home cooked meal. Go to a shokudo or go into some restaurants and not eat, convenience store food. That's my point. I didn't say you should not eat it. I said don't eat it more than once. Vitamins are chemicals. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like all this. These aren't vitamins. Actually, this is all natural. This is all natural. I'm looking at them like it's pretty much all natural. Yeah. I'm talking about this. And that's pretty natural too. That's not too bad. But you have to. Never mind. Just don't eat it. All right. Moving on. It's a good question though. It's a good question. Anyone who eats that much convenience store food, it's not right, okay? That's my thing. I love those guys, but they're too much. McDonald's and convenience store foods, someone's got to make some good food. How have fun dressing 19th century clothing. I gotta find it. And I don't want to pay an arm and a leg because I want to get a kimono, but I'm not gonna pay like $10,000 for the kimono. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'd love to wear a kimono. I'm gonna talk with the producers. Maybe they'll rent it for me. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to come in a kimono. Come in a kimono. Good. So it's some pretty good questions so far. I'm going now to our Discord server, and it'll be a very short conversation because I smell the bread making now. It smells very good. Morning live streams have a different feel than the night live streams. It's a very different feel. Hey, Jim, thanks for posting this in the Samurai. The Samurai guy. All right, guys, I'm now live. And by the way, when I was with the Food Ranger, and if you want to ask me questions about the Food Ranger, I'm happy to take it. You can ask me about him. We had a great time. But I broke my wide-angle lens while we were right before we started that bridge live stream that's now made that's now unlisted. I don't know. And then without the wide-angle lens, it's pretty weird. But it's gonna take forever for HoloLens to send me HoloClip to send me a replacement, and the warranty doesn't cover everything. And I sent them a mail, and we'll see what happens. Oh, you know, since I got Nosh here and some smart people. Actually, you're all smart. You're all smart people. All right. So I got this here. Maybe I can ask some of you here. So I'm asking you before I go to the Discord server. So this is a 256 gigabyte SD card, okay? It was pretty reasonably priced on B&H. It's unopened. It's cracked. I wrote to SanDisk and they said that it was my fault and they won't replace it. But it's totally unopened. How can they not replace it? It's a faulty product, right? So B&H, I emailed them, but it's a weekend, and then SanDisk said no. What a bunch of not nice people. It cost them like 15 cents to make, and I get a ton of SanDisks. Now I've got to buy some other company. Probably the expensive stuff like Sony. How is that my fault? They made this stupid package so hard to open. I might have accidentally broken it. It's probably my fault. But B&H should probably let you return it. Here's the thing why they might not. I bought this 3 months ago, and I only open it when I use it, all right? I only open it when I use it, and I went to use it, and I might have broken in it. And B&H is in the U.S., so I contacted them as well. But I'll tell you one thing, SanDisk stinks, okay? And they said it was my fault. I broke it, and I broke the warranty. It cost them 15 cents to make. And it cost me like a fortune because it's 256 gigabytes. I was gonna use it for the fireworks episode. Leave the camera there when the firework explodes into the air, but I didn't have this, and he said no, which was good. Camera would have melted because it exploded there, right? So that was probably for the best. Although I'm a little bit curious. It would have been a pretty awesome shot. That would have gone viral. That would have gone viral. All right, it's up to you. It's up to you now to ask me the questions. I'm not gonna ask you any more questions. So ask away. We start the list with Jim. Work down alphabetically. Sorry, UFO Bob.
Hi, John. How's it going today?
Hey, you know, it's morning. It's not bad. I'm optimistic.
Well, I agree with one of the other viewers who commented that it looks like you need some coffee.
Yeah, it's the second this ends, I'm going to the grinder, and then the bread should be done.
Well, great. All right. So I guess for my question, it looks like, in the recent times you've been, expanding your work. Like, for example, you brought in, Hannah for a while, and she was helping you with editing and a lot of other things. Now you're launching, a new channel. So I guess my question is, what do you hope to be doing, let's say, a year from now? Where do you hope to be going, like over the course of the next year?
That's a that's a wow, Jim. How dare you? That's a long answer. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Olympics are coming, so a lot of it is gonna be focused on um, things that people are curious about Japan that I might not have covered. More like the typical stuff a little bit, but like there's some topics that I probably wouldn't have done otherwise. So it's going to be a little bit Olympic focused, not just on the venues and stuff, but on stuff that people should know about Japan. That maybe is misunderstood as well. So it's pretty exciting. The 2020 this show is going to shift a little bit, and I've been working towards that. Even with Hana, we were working towards that. Hana was great. I see also another. If Hana does not come back, please Hana come back. I'm gonna try to find. She's not watching. She's not watching. But I'm gonna try to find another assistant that's not Kanai because I don't want to. It's hard when you're working with family because it's harder. So I want to have somebody who can help, and I think that's another reason why we have Patreon to try to streamline the show and to do more. I would not be able to launch a new channel without what we've done with Hana over the summer and what she still kind of continues to do remotely. So I still kind of pay her a little bit, and she does some stuff behind the scenes, like writing emails and contacting locations and helping to set up the shoots. So in a year from now, I will probably be less busy and more efficient, and I'll have the shows separated that when I have an opportunity, I'll be able to filter them into the right channel, whether it's a live stream, a 360, a main channel episode, which are pretty much planned fairly well, or eat and stay episode where can I just have this amazing restaurant or hotel that we got to share with you. We'll have something that encompasses everything that we do. It's just about setting it up, and it's been really hard. But next year it should be a lot smoother. This is supposed to be the simple answer. We'll also have the merchandise store. I don't know if that's going to be like logos and stuff. I don't know if I want to put slap the logo. Well, we'll see what happens. But if you saw the opening, we also have a lot of these little characters that D Art Stagio made, and I was like, wow, these would make really good plushies or stuff like that because Mikey just released this dumpling plushie, and you can get plushies in China. Scott from Strange Parts, Scotty told me that they make everything in Shenzhen, so he might be able to help with plushies because he might make a Scotty plushie. It's very creepy. I would be really creepy as a plushie too. Very creepy. I don't think people would respect that doll like Danny Chu's Smart Dolls. Which would be an interesting topic. I gotta hook up with Danny again. It's been forever. So there you go, Dan. There you go, Jim. You have a follow-up? Of course he does.
Sure. Are there particular things about the Olympics that you really want to cover, or is it just more of a wait and see and kind of keep that secret for us for now?
Wait and see. No. So I know Kengo Kuma. We've been out a few times. He's the designer, architect, very famous dude. Very busy guy. He's worse than me. You think I look sleepy? That guy never. He's like his eyes are like down here, like, and I'm trying to corner him into like how all good friends do, corner him into interviewing at the stadium and to explain the design to me. So that might be something that comes up too. And I also got these like a bunch of new postcard stamps for the Olympics that they just released. So I want to get that in a only in Japan postcard, Patreon supporter postcard. And the Olympics, I don't know. For the live streaming during the Olympics, I'm not gonna go inside of any of the venues, but I might meet with some Olympians, and I might also be outside the venue and just getting the vibe around the city. I think is going to be something that's going to be not covered well. The TV's everything's going to cover the events. It's going to be thoroughly covered, but it's going to be what's happening with the city of Tokyo during this time. And at the end of it, I'm probably going to be making a main channel episode of what the Olympics were like, and present that. Don't tell any of the other YouTubers, okay? I know not. I know a lot of people will support other creators. Just don't share this inside information, or else I have to be careful. But I trust you guys, so it's okay. That's what I see myself doing. Haven't done much with the Rugby World Cup. I'm not a rugby fan, but I do like those mascots.
All right. Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it.
Notice I did not ask Jim if he had a follow-up to his follow-up. Next, moving on, Eric Holleron. We love you, Jim. Eric Holleron and Jason and Megan. Anything?
Hey there, John. I saw in the first stream just a while ago that I watched, you were talking about the Eat and Stay
Yeah.
logo design and that. I've been batting around a few ideas with that. And trying to work with maybe looking at doing with the neon. But I was thinking, do you want something that sticks to your brand design? I guess the logos for Only in Japan Go and Only in Japan.
That's something I was thinking about. The easiest design would be to take the same circle with the thing in it and just put Eat and Stay. But I think that even within that, there's ways that you can incorporate other things. I want it to be different. It's hard though because everything we associate with hotels is not with Japanese hotels. It's different, right? We have that like retro 1950s, like Eat at Joe's type of thing, or there's like a feeling with text. But in Japan, we don't have that with restaurants and food. It's usually food itself only. And hotel signs, unless they're love hotels, are not really that exciting either. So it's hard. It's harder to have it Japanese-ish, but I don't know. I think have your creativity go where it goes, and then usually, the first design builds on it. This is how I came with the Only in Japan design and all the designs. You have a first design, you sit on it for a little bit, like a day or two, and then you start working with that. And then at the end, you just make something stronger and stronger, and you come up with a message that you want to tell. So I made basically, it was just a basic design, and then I'm trying to find a way to put like a John and a Kanai in there too for the banner and stuff, but there's no real logo yet. So just see what you come up with, and I think anything is good because I have what's in my mind, and it helps to see other people's thoughts and see what's in their minds on what they would want to see. So what you design is really important to me too in that way, because I haven't released the show, and I know that I kind of have an idea what people want out of it, but more feedback is also very important, and we need a logo. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking as I started to play with some initial stuff, whether you do make it, and you kind of just addressed that, answered my question with the sort of the Japanese thing and being able to, whether it will translate. Now, if the channel's going to be sort of Eat and Stay, and that doesn't mean just Japan, I guess it could be more broad in that sense.
Yeah, that's the hard thing, and that's where I think maybe when you see other people's thoughts, then it's like a catch ball, and then all of a sudden new ideas come from just brainstorming and sharing it. So that's why it's important to talk with other people about it too. So I think it'll probably be primarily Japan, but I don't want it to be limited there because we do travel, and we're going to be doing meetups in 2020 all over the place. So we'll see. Yeah, just go with what your expectations would be, and then we work with that, because my expectations are that I want to make something that meets everyone's expectations, but something that I have a lot of passion for, which is food and beautiful ryokan and hotels. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good guideline.
Yeah. Yeah, just have fun with it. I think everything we just have fun with it. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing the unboxing at 6 p.m. Is that Japan time? No.
It'll be 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
Okay.
10 a.m. your time.
Okay, tomorrow 10 a.m. Oh, I'll have a meeting 9 to 10. I might be a little late. Oh, okay. So tomorrow morning, Kanai and I have a meeting from 9 to 10. so we might not get there till 10:30. Uh-oh. All right. Next, Megan, Tasty, UFO Bob, Eric, Xmoth. I love Discord time.
Nope, no questions here. Just I like the last episode of the fireworks. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that one was really fun. I will do a director's take on that. Maybe on Monday or tonight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a midnight food run tonight, or just do a walking tour this morning. I haven't decided, but I'm gonna do something today, and then probably early next week do a director's cut on that. A lot of stories. I met with Honda-san 2 nights ago. Kanai and I had dinner. When we came back from Fukui, I went straight to the restaurant where he was celebrating, and he was completely wasted, and he gave me a big sloppy kiss here, and then Kanai's like, ugh, like it was pretty nasty, and you had to be there, and like the kiss went all over the food too, and then I don't know, we didn't want to eat anything either because we could see, you know, it was messy. It's like a firework, just everything was like exploding everywhere. But we love him. We love Mr. Honda. So he might be retiring soon, so it's a shame. And I don't think his son's gonna take over. He doesn't have the same passion. His dad's very vocal and out there, like crazy, and his son is the opposite. Like most sons, he said, "My dad's crazy. I don't want to be that guy," and he's not. So we'll see what happens. There's no Go Shakudama coming. Let's just put it that way. It dies with Papa, I think. He's an original guy. He's an original dude. Thanks, Eric. Always appreciate it. You don't even need a question, Eric. If you just say something, I can answer anything. Just start talking about it. That's what happens.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you. Anything else out there? UFO Bob had a question yesterday, but I always like hearing from the UFO Bob and Tasty. So Tasty knows that I will be a little late to the unboxing, and let's see here. I don't think there's anything else I forgot. Go ahead.
Yeah. With your new channel, is there anything that we can do to help promote the channel for you when you're ready? I mean, obviously we can post links on our social medias, and for those who have our own channels, perhaps we can discuss it somehow. I'm not sure yet. You know, I've been running some ideas through my mind, but I'm not to elaborate.
Yeah, I'll be promoting it on Go, of course, and maybe a little bit on the main channel at the end of the videos or something. I'm not sure. Maybe in some stories or posts. But I think we're gonna get there. We'll get there. It'll be a little bit easier for me because I have a presence on YouTube than with other creators, which is why I like to help other creators too. Yeah, you know, the best thing that people can do is to share the videos, like it, and then leave a comment. Activity also helps to inspire videos. The first couple hours are the most important of a video, so you have to really work hard to get people to watch the video in the first couple of hours. But I think right now, the best thing that people can do is to give us ideas of what your expectations are. And I think I might do this in a live stream before I launch it. Just get some ideas of expectations on. We'll get the episodes out there, and then from there it has to evolve into something that you would like to see, or something that's more useful, and something where we can add entertainment is, because it's still all going to be coming from Kanai and I, but we want to make sure that it hits things that's useful. I hate content that's just a waste of time. I like something where you learn from it, and maybe you can have some fun as well, and that's sort of what Only in Japan is. So the feedback right now is huge. Yeah, I appreciate that question a lot.
So, you know, we're rooting for you all the way, and we'll do what we can.
Yeah, and when you come to visit Japan, we expect to see you on our show if you want. You're always welcome. You're always welcome. Yeah.
Well, thank you. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh, we'll come to it one of these days. If not, it'll be us down in Southern California or something. So we'll see. We'll see you sooner than later, depending what later means. Could be a year.
Yeah, it'll happen
Yeah.
one way or the other. All right. Well, I'm going to sit here and listen to everybody else now.
Might not be sitting that much longer. I think we're getting close to the end. Any other questions? I'm also now looking at the chat. Hey, Vaughn's back. Hey, Vaughn. Awesome. Hey, Taylor Mack. Oh, look, everyone's coming in here. Good. Can't talk. I'm force muted. Okay. Well, you can ask your question here, and then I'll say it through. I should grow a beard. It's like halfway there. I'm surprised. It didn't look like this last night. Maybe it's the same. I can't connect it here. So it looks a little dodgy. If you can't connect it here, it looks more like, they say pedophile-y. Some people said, if I tried to look at, they say that. Pedo is the word they use. I can't do it, but Madison, can we check with her? Oh, about the time. Yeah, that might be better. I'm not sure how long the meeting's gonna last. I'm just guessing that we should be up by 10:30. Just do it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna become the butt. Like, have you ever seen Daniel LaRusso do a beard? No. There's a reason why. Because me and Danny, we can't do that stuff. All right. I'm not like Negan from Walking Dead. You know, where he just walks around with the 5 o'clock shadow all the time. I can't do that. I don't have a baseball bat either. Wouldn't want one. It's a bad man. I haven't seen the new seasons. We're trapped with what we got on Netflix. No Negan beard. Yeah. Say no to Negan. It's a bad man. Rick too. I'm not like Rick. Rick can grow a nice beard. Yeah, you have to enable push to talk. That's down. There's a cog down here which allows you to pick a key, which would be like the tab key for me, or the tilde key for a lot of people. How is the Rugby World Cup going over in Japan? Pretty good. We've had a lot of rugby-loving people say hi to me that also watched the show, and it makes me very happy, from New Zealand 2 days ago. And yeah, Jennifer's posting pictures of people on the trains in rugby jerseys. So there's some rugby fever. Not so much in Tokyo, but that's a good thing. They've done it where it's outside of the countryside a little bit, and I like that. So the Rugby World Cup's going pretty good, and I'll try to see if I can go to a venue outside during a match. Questions? Still in my garden. So I think I've gone over a lot of this stuff. I want to start to add a little bit more value into the Patreon live streams, so I might see if Kanai will come in and maybe teach you like a few words in Japanese or some phrases. So then every time we do a live stream, you'll at least take something from it. That's what I want. So maybe I will teach you an expression that's very useful, and then I'll review it in the next one. So then at the beginning of it. So then at least there's something very useful. I think everything that I do on Patreon has to evolve and get better and better and better. And that's one of the ideas that we were going to do a live stream in the United States where we did a series teaching survival Japanese, and it didn't happen because we found out that jet lag stinks and our family wants some more of our time. So it was hard to do. But this is something we can do with our Patreon supporters to add value. So we might do like Japanese lessons inside of Patreon for supporters, and I think that'd be really cool to have this on Patreon, and then maybe have something where you can take short private lessons as well. If you want to go that route, we'll help you prepare for your trip with some Japanese lessons, and I think that'd be something we can add to Patreon. That's a lot of fun, and something that Kanai might be able to do as well. So, entertaining and educational, Jason. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Megan, I did on my cell. I'm just reading randomly. Japanese lessons on Patreon sounds great. I think that's just a way to add value, and that's something that I can do for a lot of people. I'm not fluent. I say I'm conversational. So I'm not the best Japanese speaker, and a lot of people who speak Japanese know that. He goes, "Oh, Japanese awful." So I'm not afraid either You know, some YouTubers are like, I'm not afraid. I'm afraid because I might make a mistake and that'll change the way people see you. Yeah, it might, but it also makes you look like a coward. Yeah, you can also learn. You can learn also, John. I am learning, you know, but between this and the show, I get a lot of excuses. I'm always learning new words, especially kanji. I don't write as much because you type all of it, but expressions and words I'm learning all the time. And pop culture, no one can beat me with pop culture references because I just have been here 21 years. I know a lot of the little trends and stuff that's come and gone from experience. I know how people were dressing in the year 2001. All the gyaru were having a cowboy fashion, all right? They went from the yamamba to the cowboy gyaru fashion. Everyone had cowboy hats and boots. Remember that. So these are little things that, you know, only I would know because I've been here a long time. And those cowboy girls. That only lasted for half a year. There you go. Thanks everybody so much. I really appreciate the support. It's more critical now than ever because of the launching of the new channel, and the amount of traveling that we're doing is going to pick up. In 2020, we're going to be gone a lot. And if Kanai has a kid, then it's, if we have, why do I say, if Kanai, like she's a different, if we have a child, then it might change the complexity. But I'll tell you what, I still got to do what I got to do, which is my job. And I got to get out there and find stories. And 2020 is going to be a huge year. You're going to see me going to every single corner of this country like a madman. All right? And it's going to be thanks to Patreon. That's why I'm trying to build this up, and we'll start to promote it really hard at the end of the year to get more support. The Postcard Club, we have almost 200 supporters in the Postcard Club. And I always said, like, if we can get to 250 or something, maybe there's a way that I can add on to the Postcard Club some more stuff. Just like with Daimyo, when we got to past 15, I could start adding more stuff in the Daimyo packages and make them a little bit bigger. So the more supporters we have, the more I can give back in services and spend more time on it. So the Japanese lessons is also a result of just having more supporters now on Patreon. So just we're coming up with more ways to add value, where I can also learn. Nosh said, I can also learn. I knew that, but it's sinking in now. I can also learn. I can also learn. It depends on how you emphasize it. I can also learn. It's a cringy moment I had with myself just right there. It's true though. Good. There you go. So it's coffee time for John. I'm gonna be working on this Awaji Island video and then get that out tomorrow. So it's like a bada bing bada boom, only in Japan main channel. Like I said, we got some coming right at you, and it's gonna be really fun to see Peter on the 7th to the 11th. Mark your calendars. I will try to live stream when I can, but the Discovery Channel has put a handcuffs on me and said you cannot film. And I gotta send them the contract. I gotta send the contract today. All right, mental note. And we'll do what we can, but I'm sure at the end of it and at the beginning of it, we'll have a live stream, and maybe sometime between there, we get off of the train, and when we get off of the train, I might do something. They can't lock me up for 4 days, you know, but I'll do my best because it's also a time where Kanai and I can relax. And yesterday, Vern, UFO Bob asked a really good question. He says, how do you relax? How do you work really hard? How do you reset? I don't that well, but we're going to do that in December and January and in October, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more because once the channel's launched, I can do that. Cool. Learned a lot of your upcoming from the other channel, plans for all the other channels. Good. The live streaming channel will have some more planned live streams, but I want to get in some of the things that people have been asking for this month, like halal ramen. A lot of people in the Middle East have been asking for that. I'm not personally, I like ramen. I'm a little bit curious about it because I don't know too much about halal food. How the ramen would be halal, I guess it's pork bone broth, but they would change that. But we have tomato ramen too. I don't know. So I'm gonna ask and then figure that, and that's something I'll do on a live stream. And things like this, I'll be able to do a couple more walking tours, but maybe a midnight snack run tonight. Just heads up, maybe. There you go. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good night. I will see you in a live stream later today, most likely. Pushing the button. It doesn't. Should I get this new iPhone? Should I get the new iPhone? They say that only if the front lens is wider, I might get the new iPhone. I just think it's a waste of money. I think I would rather use the money to travel more. We'll see. Nosh said I should get the new iPhone. I think Nosh said that. Did you say that? You might have said that. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll go into the store and test out and see if the lens is better. If this lens is better, I might do that. I might.